Okay, hello. We have a new product here that I want to show you. This is RxB 2015, or REA, I should say. This is a new editor assembler. For the first time, we have a new editor assembler. I'm sure that you've seen the regular editor assembler like this, which is this one over here. This is the regular editor assembler. This is REA 2011. This is the one that you're familiar with if you use Classic 99, and this is the new one. Rich Editor Assembler 2015. You'll notice a major difference in the menu systems. Like if we go here, this is the RE menu. This is the regular Editor Assembler menu. As you can see, with Editor Assembler, normally you would have to go to disk 1. Like see on if I go to disk 1, I have to have the Editor Assembler here. So because of that, if I want to edit a file and load a file, then I have to go like disk 4 srand, and then I can edit that file. This is the normal editor assembler. Rich Editor Assembler 2011 worked a little bit differently. If I wanted to load the editor, I would have to go like I want to load a file. Not to ask, it'll ask me where I want the editor loaded from. So I have to tell it what drive. So I could say 1, but in the current system I have now, disk 9 also has the assembler. So I could take disk 9, and it'll load the assembler, the editor assembler, off of 9. So both work, and then I can just load that file, which would be disk 4 srand. And we end up with the same thing here. Now, the new editor assembler from that I've got here is a little bit different. What had occurred to me was that you have to type in path names all the time. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's say we exit from this. Let's go back. You could save and purge and all that things like you normally could. You could purge, yeah, like normal. It's normal stuff. But you can't catalog from the editor assembler. So if I want to load something different, I have to know where the path is in order to load it. With Rich Editor Assembler, it does not need it, because what I can do is this. I can go back here and do this. I can go like 7. I can catalog a drive like say 4. And if you use the left and right arrow keys, it'll automatically go to the top and bottom. Anyway, so there's the file I want. Hit enter. It loads it. Now I hit editor, load, and it tells me what drive, and I say 9. And it loads the file for me automatically. Then I can edit. This is Rich Editor Assembler 2011. Now, the new one works a little bit differently. I'm not going to show you the Editor Assembler normal because we already know what that works like. So Rich Editor Assembler 2015 works this way. You hit S for your setup. Now everything in the setup, it works like this. I could say disk 9, period, edit 1. There's my editor. I can say 2, disk 9. My assembler is on the same disk. You can make any disk. If it's a hard drive, you can put the hard drive path in. So I could say SCSI or HFDC or whatever. Anyway, so like let's say 3. This is our source file. So this is the same one as for the editor assembler. So what I could say is like disk 4 srnd. That's the file we want to load. Let's hit return. And then let's load that file. We hit E for editor. We hit load. Then we can edit it with 2. Look at that. Now see, it's a little bit different than what you're normally used to. Only slightly, but it's less key presses. That's the main reason why I did this. And so we can go back. Now let's go back to the setup and let's change this to 4. Disk 4. And we're going to say object is going to be RND. And then we're going to say 5 is going to be disk 4 LRAND. And then we're going to make up our options, which is going to be LCSFPF. Now, this uses the GPL assembler. That's what I'm using right now. But this works fine with the editor assembler the way it normally is. So you can use the GPL assembler or you can use the editor assembler. It doesn't matter. It doesn't care. Because when you say assembler, it doesn't know any better. When you say editor, it doesn't know any better. So you can use a modified version. Now 7, of course, will return. So let's do the same thing back here on this one. This is the old REA 2011. So let's say we want to assemble a file. Now normally what you do is go to for assembler. You could do this. You can go 7 and then go to the drive, or you can do this like you normally do, like 2. Disk for srand. Whoops. Oh, that's not rand, I'm sorry. We want assembler 2. It's going to be disk 9. Disk for srand. Disk for lrand. Whoops. orand. Disk for lrand. lcsfpf. As you can see, it assembles and it comes on up. Okay, now we're done. Let's say we want to edit that file. We load 9 disk for srand, right? Then edit. Let's try to do this from the new one. This is 2015. Let's do the same thing. Let's say we want to assemble. Now, we don't have to put the path in anymore because, as you can see, we already have the paths in. So we've done it once. Now let's assemble it. Hit A. It assembles. That's because the stored paths are already there. So we're done. Now let's edit. So we load it. And edit it. But we can do something different here. We can also go like this. We can go D for directory. We can go 4. And we can load a different file. And let's go to the editor. Load. Then edit. Now, you can do the same thing with the old 2011 by going like this, D, and then we go 7, whoops, 7, which is 4, do the same thing. And go to the bottom, and let's select it, then go to the editor, load, and it's asking for disk 9. Then edit. So we're at the same spot. So it's kind of cool that you can do this in the new one the same way you do the old one. But the major difference is that we hit setup, it changed the path name for us when you did the catalog. So it remembers the path name that you have. You will have to change the object and the list file. But you're going to have to do that anyway if you go back here to the editor assembler here. And you'd have to do that here too. So the only thing I've done is I've taken away a step where you can go from the editor to the assembler back and forth over and over again if you're using the same file without having to type it in over and over. Plus the options. It saves the options, the list file, the object file, and the path of the source all at the same time. And it remembers the assembler as too. So I think it's a marked improvement, and it does look different than what you normally would see. So I think that I've customized it pretty well. Whoops, what's this? So anyways, that's the editor assembler 2015 that I'm working on. I also have RxB 2015 that I'm working on, and I'll release those as soon as I get them done. I just wanted to give you as a heads up on what I'm making and what I've been up to. So we will see you guys later.